Hello everybody, Scratch coming up with another Raid Shadow Legends video. I think we have like a couple of days left from the Iron Brago's fusion. For whoever didn't fuse him, now is the moment to do it if you still have a chance. How I promised you, we're gonna try him on a more exotic clan boss team. We're gonna run a 2-to-1 ratio. We're gonna compare him with Altan in the same exact team. And as best as I can, I will try to give them the same stats, crit damage, defense, and what's the most important on them when we're talking about stats. Then I'm really curious to see if they're kind of equal in terms of damage, if Altan by any chance is still better than him or no, how reliable he is to keep attack down. A lot of you guys are curious about that. Now I know we're gonna run him on a 2-to-1 ratio, so he will be getting a lot of more turns than in a normal comp, but he's still reliable for attack down. Altan can get resisted 3 times in a row. It happens. So if it is to be cursed and time to time to mess up a key because of it, is gonna happen. Honestly, it's nothing you can do about it. It's just the 3% RNG in Raid Shadow Legends. Now, let's move over to the build, see what sort of stats we have on him. Masteries. I know we're all familiar with the skills, so we're not gonna walk through it. We have him on a speed set, a divine speed set, and a broken set at the moment. Now, total stats on him, we have 35k HP, 1.8k attack, 5.2k defense, 231 speed, 100 crit rate, 239 crit damage, 239 accuracy. Resistance doesn't really matter. Now, this is the weapon right here. This is the helmet. This is the shield. We have the gauntlet, crit damage gauntlet, defense chest piece, defense boots, defense ring, crit damage amulet, and of course we have an accuracy banner. Unfortunately, I didn't have one with enough speed on it and to have a defense percentage as well, so I had to go with this. That kind of kept his defense at, how I said, 5.2k, which is plenty enough to see if the champion hits hard. Now, he is fully booked, so all his skills are fully booked. We're already familiar with the passive, increases the defense of all allies by 10% of this champion's defense. So that means that every other champion in my team will get 520 more defense on top of what they have already, okay? Masteries, offense and defense tree. So we have a deadly precision, we have a keen strike, we have life drinker, we have single out, wrath of the slain, bring it down, methodical, and as tier 6 we have a war master. Then on the defense tree we have a tough skin, rejuvenation, blast proof, resurgent, delay death, retribution, and we have deterrence as well to get a counter attack when our allies they get a stun from the clan boss. It's not happening too often, but it's still better than a kill streak. It's not gonna help us in clan boss at all. So that's Iron Brago. We're gonna use him of course with my 2-to-1 ratio team with Lydia. So we have Lydia right here. I don't have full crit rate on her, so we have 5.2k defense. She's gonna be on 5.77k defense, almost 5.75 with the passive from Brago, so that's pretty good. We have Krisk right here. I will be linking a link to the video if you're interested in this team, the way you gotta build it, what sort of speeds you need and stuff. Even though you'll see them here on the screen, it's still better. You might want to check that out. So here he's gonna be almost on 6k defense, Krisk. Then what else do we have in the team? So who did we show? We showed 2 of them so far. We showed Brago. That's lucky number 3. So from here on we are looking for Khazar, which we missed all the way down here. So we have on him 4.8k defense. Is going to be on 5.3, almost 5.4k defense. That's the speed stats on him. And then for the next one we having of course Valkyrie. Total stats on her, here we go. Now the only problem that I have with this team at the moment is that I do not have a better aura, for example. So I don't have a defense aura, unfortunately. So what I'm gonna do instead, I'm gonna use Khazar as lead. Now I kind of missed that part when I was building the team, so I kind of tried to get the full crit rate on most of the champions. Then I realized, well, that's not really gonna work that good because I don't have Altan for the defense aura anymore in the team, right? So that's that's a big of a oof in there. But then at the same time, Altan's aura gives what, 33% defense, right? So if we have, for example, 1.4k, let's just say base stats on everybody, we'll be getting around 400 and a bit defense from the aura. So with Brago in here, we're actually gaining like around 100 more defense, even though he's not the lead, just because of his passive. So that actually allows us to use Battle Khazar as lead and get 25% increased crit rate as an example. Now, if would be to use him on a different team, let's just say you want to use him with, I don't know, with Sunless Survivor, with Sepulture Sentinel, or other champions with the Martyrs, Tyrell, that's going to be even better. You'll be stacking in a lot of defense, because those two, they kind of interact with each other. The aura and his passive, they kind of get added together and they multiply in a way. So it's better than using a crit rate if you're struggling with defense on your champions. So this is the team right here. Let's take them in for a spin. I will have to manual for a few turns before we click in on Oro. Then we're gonna go towards building Altan with the same stats as much as possible. So there we go. This is honestly pretty easy to set up the team. We do want to put defense up first here. We can use this on him. He'll be getting the stuns for a few times, so I'm actually gonna have to manual a couple of extra turns to set the team up, compared with what I've done in the previous video with this team. For whoever didn't check that out, I had a world record with the team. We hit 151 million damage. We kind of broke the clan boss there, but then we kind of broke the game, so that didn't really count it, so we had to do it again. So let's see a hit from his A1. We have defense up, we have weaken and defense down poisons on there, so Battle Khazar will actually boost a bit the damage as well. A1 130k, that seems pretty good. Let's move over and set his team up for victory here. A1 on Krisk there. So now it actually helped the rest of the champions that didn't have full crit rate to boost it a bit. I think the only one that didn't have full crit rate was Lydia. I think the rest, they already had a full crit rate. Let's see a hit here with his A3. 127k, not bad at all. Okay. Let's use this counter. A2 on him again. 209k, pretty good. Okay, so we got the stun there. That will delay us a bit, which is fine. A2 on Krisk here to get him going. 107k. I think we were missing poisons on the boss there, so that didn't make a lot of damage. Let's bring them back up. Okay, we can use the A3 here on Lydia. I'm curious if double War Master still procs on that skill or no. I haven't used it in Clan Boss in quite a while. Attack down. Landed successfully. Okay. A2 here. Let's boost that speed. A2 here again. 189k. Okay. Extend them a bit. So we only have to manual a few more turns here, guys. I think I can go till like turn 9. I gotta manual to make sure Battle Khazar will use the cleans in the right moment and stuff. A1 111k, and that's without the poisons there. Okay, so that makes sense. Let's use that one here. It's fine. He was getting a stun here, actually, Battle Khazar. He was getting the stun here, so it might be actually just fine if I'm doing it. I can't really remember the way the team ran 100%, but just to be safe, I'll manual a couple of extra turns. Nothing bad can happen. So we have no attack down, but still I have to actually use this skill right here. I kind of forgot to use his A3 while I was just talking here. I kept on going for the A1. But let's see. So 94k hit, that was from the counter, so we are doing a bit of less damage from there. Okay, A3, 144k, attack down, landed. Okay, A1, let's just keep on going. Use that counter. We gotta keep that on point, you know, to get it fresh on the AoE. So then we're not getting destroyed by the boss. That's why this comp synergizes so well. Every skill is literally going in the right moment. So here, I'm not gonna use the skill on him. I'm gonna let it go like this. Okay, 156k hit with his A2, decent. So I'm gonna try to actually stop the team at the same turn. So for example, I might stop it at turn 70, just to be safe, to make sure everybody gets to survive that far. And we'll see what will happen from there on. So landing there again, decrease attack, landed. Okay, and from here on we can actually let it go on auto. Should be more than fine. So let's see. Let's see some numbers from here. 157k with his A2. That was without weaken. Okay. So we only have Battle Khazar with poisons here. Initially I wanted to test him on a toxic set, a poison set, but then I said a lot of RNG involved in there, and that's kind of gonna dilute a bit the damage when I'm gonna compare him with Altan, because of the poisons are landing. One of them might land more poisons than the other, and that's not really gonna reflect the real damage that they dealt just from hits. So I put him on the sets you've seen before. So 187k there. I kind of have a feeling that in a way, either they kind of kept his damage on the clan boss to a specific amount, or I'm not sure, because I tried him, if you remember guys, on the other team. He didn't have crazy stats or anything like that, and it felt like he was kind of hitting around the same amount of damage, maybe a little bit less, but it feels a bit capped. I don't know what to say. So we had got 209k before from his A2, 109k from his A1 now. So I'm not gonna take you through the whole run, because this can be a pretty long run. So we are on turn 68. So far we have 97 million damage. We just got a hit there from his A2, 191k. We're gonna stop it in a bit, because I just want to balance the turns as well when we're doing the next round with Altan. So we kind of stop them at the same level. So perfectly, we lost Chris here. Unfortunately, he got the stun. So we are on turn 69. 98 million damage, so it's just gonna be perfect to stop it around turn 70. How I said is like I've seen the future there. Okay, we're gonna hit the 100 million mark, which is more than enough. Okay, so there we go, turn 71. We're gonna stop it there. We got 100 million damage. We have Battle Khazar with 20 million damage, Iron Brago with 33 million damage, Valkyrie with 21 million damage, Lydia with 10.7 million damage, and we got Krisk with 14.6 million damage. So Iron Brago with 33 million damage, doing some solid damage, absolutely. Definitely, I'm now regretting for putting my books into this champion. Same like I did with Pixniel, for example, who is still guarding my vault, guys. So I'm quickly gonna change the build, try to give the same stats on Altan, and then we're gonna take him for a spin. So we back at it, ladies and gentlemen, with Altan. We gave him the exact same gear we had on Brago. Of course, the ring, amulet, and banner are different, because they're different factions. But total stats, what we have different so far on him regarding the defense, free damage, that's kind of what sort of matters when we're talking about damage. Of course, he has full crit rate, pretty much the same speed, same accuracy more or less. But we're having 37 less defense, but we have 7% more crit damage. So total stats, we have 39k HP, a bit more HP than we had on him, but HP does not affect the damage we're gonna do. 1.7k attack, 5.1k defense, 227 speed, full crit rate, 246 crit damage, 231 accuracy. So let me show you the gear again. That's the weapon, the helmet. So what I've changed from a Brago to him, I actually put a glyph here to get that defense up a bit more. same shield, same gauntlet, same chest piece, same boots. That's the ring right here, the amulet, and we have the banner. Masteries, pretty much the exact same thing. Nothing changed here for Altan either. So that being said, let's jump in it. So we're running the same format. The only thing different we have in this team is we're using Altan as lead instead of Battle Khazar. So like that, we are gaining a 33% increase defense for all allies. So Altan's aura is all across the board for every single sort of battle. While Brago's is only for the Doom Tower, 34%, so 1% more, but only for the Doom Tower. What you can do with Brago if you plan to run him in dungeons or any other places like that to stack even more defense on your champions is using a defense lead next to him as well. So there are a few other champions that they have all around auras, so combo them together will be pretty solid, honestly, to help to keep your team alive. So that being said, let's jump in it. We have the champions right here. Nothing changed on the team at all, except Altan, right? So let's use the A3 here. Let's see what numbers is Altan throwing for us today. A1. Can use this, so 60k there. Of course, we had no defense down, no weaken, no defense up on him either. Can run that as well. Okay, can throw that and start slowly getting the speed up, setting the team to go on a 2-to-1 ratio here. 157k hit from his A1 directly. That's pretty solid. But I think he's hitting slightly higher, honestly, a bit better. But that doesn't mean that that's it. Brago is trash, right? They're both awesome champions. I'm actually glad that they finally added a new fusion, which is good, rather than a bad one. We are having a new fusion, most probably for Valentine's as well, which is like, what, a couple of weeks away from now. I really hope it's fragments as well, because honestly, I can't be bothered with all the hassle of collecting champions and use potions on them, rank them up, level them up, taking forever. I definitely prefer fragment fusions over it. Now, of course, we are not getting new epics with that. Some of the epics usually are pretty solid. So that would be like the only loss. But then they can bring those champions in the game without the excuse of a fusion, right? Or start bringing them by fragments as well. Epic champions will be pretty good to have not only legendaries, of course. Try to lower a bit the difficulty into getting the fragments for them. 125k hit there. 134. Now, of course, we do have that RNG in the hits. It's not always the same because there's, I think, a 20% fluctuation in damage with more or less every single hit. That's why the numbers are never the same. 251k with his A2, which is definitely hitting harder than Brago's skill there. So we can use this one right now. Extend all the buffs. Land that ally protection. And we have a couple of turns, and then we can click Auron here, watch some of the numbers, jump straight at the back, see the total damage, and just making a small comparison in between them. Okay, an A3. 153k hit. Got a stun on Valk there. Okay, we might have to bring that back on track. So I'll have to delay her counterattack for 2 turns here. Just to make sure we're staying on the line. And that's because of a single mastery that we have on her. That's creating all this nonsense with the stuns. Which, by the way, was recently discovered that is affecting the stun. Okay. Rather than using it next turn, we're gonna wait another turn with that, and that should put us back on track with it. So we're not gonna use it now, we're gonna wait another turn. And extend this. Actually, we might have to wait 2 turns. Yeah, so 1 more turn here. And we should be able to click auto. I think we should be back on track now. Okay, so Altan got the stun, which is fine. We can just cleanse that. And from here on, let it go on auto. Okay. So let's see Altan in action. That was a 250 something K. I haven't managed to see all the numbers there from Altan. 120k hit with his A1. So far, I'm pretty convinced he hits harder. So I think he will 177k from his A1. Definitely hitting harder. I think he will be carrying a Brago on a damage with a few million. Not a huge difference. That will not make a Brago a bad champion at all. This is literally just trying to see how equal they are in damage. How I've told you, his aura with his passive on this amount of stats is not making like a game-changing difference. If it's either using Altan, either you're using him. Altan does have a tag down on his A1, which probably if you're running him on a normal team 1-to-1 ratio with counter attack will make him a bit more reliable as a tag down. The chances of getting resisted 3-4 times in a row are pretty low. It can happen. Same way it can happen to get resisted on Brago with his A3. So it can definitely happen on both of them to get resisted and that to screw over all your team like in turn 40 or depends how far you're going and to actually end your fight prematurely, to say like this. But that's just RNG. 157k there from Altan. And again, we're gonna stop this run at turn 71 and just have a look at the total damage we got there from Altan and from Brago. So Brago did 33 million damage if I remember it right. Or it was 31. We gotta double check that anyway. So we are on turn 67 with 99 million damage. We're gonna stop it in 2 turns from here. Altan running the show here. How I said, I'm only imagining a difference of like a million and a half, maximum 2 million difference in damage. Nothing too crazy, honestly, in between them. Of course, it can fluctuate a bit from a War Master procs on each one of them. The rest of the RNG we have when we're talking about hits on champions. Okay, so turn 69, 102 million damage. Okay. We gotta leave it this turn and then we'll end it. Okay, let's see. Another hit from him. 153k. Nasty, nasty hitter. So, there we are. That is turn 71. So we got 104.8 million damage in total. We have Altan with 36.3 million damage. We have Valkyrie with 21.7. We have Badelkazar with 20.2. Lydia with 11.1. And we have Chris with 15.3 million damage. Now, time to see what Brago did. So just put here on the screen the damage Brago did on the previous run. So we have Altan with 3.3 million damage more than Brago. Is a decent difference in damage, honestly. It's not game-changing. It can definitely help you to 1 key. So if you're considering in which one to 6-star, I would probably recommend you 6-star them both. They're both awesome, awesome champions. Of course, this is not the ultimate way of testing champions. We've done a run with each one of the champions. It's just to determine how equal they are when we're talking about damage, how reliable they are as champions. They both have impressive future as champions. Now, Altan has been known as the #1 attack down champion in the game. I think he will still be maintaining the lead in that department, but Brago is literally right behind him. Awesome, awesome champions, both of them. Let me know your thoughts, guys. Which one is your favorite? I'm pretty sure most of you fuse Brago. If you didn't and you had the chance to do it, you're gonna regret it later on if you're not gonna manage to pull him from a shard. He's an awesome champion. But that was all for this video, guys. Appreciate you all guys watching. Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. Don't forget to smash that like, subscribe, turn on notifications to see when we upload next, and I'll see you all soon on another video. Till then, peace out.